This is a 3D RimWorld. It is a very well done game. I played it in the EA version of it last year. Really loved it. It's in full release last month. Here we are. I'm playing on like just the standard settings on easy. This is what we did last week. Just as a recap, we crash landed. We crash landed here, and we moved most of our stuff down. Here we set up some storage. We have like a little bit of work area going. We've got some, looks like Laura is cooking. We're making some metal. We've got some eating. Of course, we've got the most important thing, which is the lightning rod. We've planted some various things. We've got some beds in place. We had our first bug attack, if you remember right, at the end of last stream. I cut this into a video. It posted on YouTube yesterday. If you want to go back and watch it, it's about 40 minutes long. It's a condensed version, and it really just shows you how to get started in the game. Bunch of questions. It's a let's play, so you can have me on in the background. Just think, oh gosh, boy, that Drax really is nice just to have him on in the background, right? Just so nice. So today I want to focus on some research, and for some reason we worked hay cloth. We're gonna get weaponsmithing going so we can build a couple bows if we need to. We've got some laser pistols now, but they're gonna run out if we don't find any more. And then I want to be able to start building. So we need to get a construction basics. So I think if we're smart, we do this one next. And we want to do power, so we'll do that. And then we'll come back to research. So these two, this is the next big step, right? And once we have these, we can do, we need to do some, it's kind of a slow start, but like once it gets going, you're like, whoa, it's out of control. We need to build some walls and stuff too, because, we had this bug attack and it's fine. It was easy, but soon it's going to get a lot harder. And we need to sort of funnel them in a tower defense kind of way, put out some traps and let them pretty much whittle them down before they reach us and then start firing on them. Almost exactly like RimWorld, where you get a small wall. It's exact same thing, except for, and maybe they've balanced it a little bit since the last time I played, but it gets out of hand incredibly quick, where like the bugs are like huge and insane, and it's wave after wave and like never stops. And like we talked about last week, I played this all the way through in the early access with the bugs on, and finally stopped because I was like, oh my God, please make the bug stop. And I remember taking like a week or two off, and I was thinking about the game, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should see you could turn the bugs off. And so I turned them off, and that made, I'm a builder. I like building things. I like building bases. I like unlocking. I like achieving. And so it was a lot more pleasant to me without having to worry about the bugs every 10 minutes killing me. Now, what we talked about last week, you can see they're transporting all of this yummy meat back for us. And so that's a big plus of the bug attacks, is that there's food being delivered to your door every time a bug attack happens. Saves you in the winter. Craft weapons. Yeah, we'll make spears and short bows. So everyone, because when the bugs get too close, they can't shoot them with their guns or whatever. They'll try to spear the shit out of them. So maybe we'll make 5 spears. You'll see that's here in the task menu. And then let's craft a couple of bows, so the people that don't have ranged weapons right now will have something. I'm vomiting. Skinbark, there it is. All right. So now we should plant some skinbark trees. You'll see them somewhere. Veggie armor, yeah. Non-edible skinbark, smoke leaf. So let's do. Remember, there's like areas that have better growth. Let's put it there. I'll cut down those trees. I mean, yeah. I know that there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna want these. Oh, look, it like starts at 100% right here. We'll build a small crop of those too. And slowly but surely, these are the things that make microchips, these Silconleaf stuff. And so like right now, it doesn't seem like you're like, oh, whatever, we don't need those. But trust me, like start stockpiling those, because once we start building solar panels and shit like that, we're going to need more and more of that kind of thing. And just having a bunch on hand will be nice. Hey, there's 2 in stock now. So let's find these. Here's the weapons. So let's give Laura one of these. Now everybody has a weapon, or some kind of weapon, so they can defend themselves. All right, so now we can see under housing here, we've got a bunch of really cool stuff. Floors, flooring, walls, roofs, rooms, doors, doorway, double doors, windows, stairs. So I want to build these houses somewhere relatively close, and I'm probably going, we're going to build them out of wood, I think. Is this the whole thing? To press, to change the roof direction, R and T, to change the roof inclination, to change the floor levels, Z and X. Oh, look at that. Doop, 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 doop. So we can build, instead of having, so you can build a couple different ways. I'm going to pause this a second. So we could put down a floor, right? So we could build a stone floor, which would be ideal. I'm not going to do that now because I only have 80 stone. I'm tempted to do the stone floor just because it provides a flat surface construction, medium thermal insulation. But the wood has medium thermal insulation too, right? Because what we're really doing is we're building for winter, right? I don't know. I've just been doing the whole room so I don't have to like go through the pain of like making it all line up. But I also don't remember. So we can cancel this. So let's see where we want to put these. I kind of want to put them here, but we're not going to. Let's put them right here. And then we want to do a couple things. We want to have a bed. We're going to need to put a heater in them at some point. And we need a window. So I had a standardized way of building them. But let's just see here. So that's 3x3. 4x4 seems really big. Let's see what 3x3 looks like. That seems really small. So I think we can hit this and we can kill it. So let's see. Maybe it's 4x4, and you can see what it's doing here on the right there where my arrow is. It's saying 86 pieces of wood are going to need to make this, and then 4x3, 4x4. So let's see what that looks like. This looks like so you can maybe put a double bed in this one because these people might get married at some point. And then we've got room for a couple other little things. So maybe it's 4x4 seems really big, but let's do that to start. And then what we'll do is we'll come in here and we'll say, oh, we need a door. We'll say wood door, and look, it builds a nice little step up for us. Why does that not seem like it's straight? Seems like it's going to go in a weird way. Did I do that? Did I do it wrong? Let's do it one more time. The beauty of this is that you're like not committing to any craziness, right? No, I mean, that's just the grid. It just looked weird. So let's trying to decide, like, let's line it up as unscientifically as we possibly can, right? Maybe not that far. We gotta remember we're gonna have to put a wall around this. All right, so let's try one like this, and then what we're gonna build a bunch of these, and then wood, and then I can't decide if I usually build like an interior so they can walk in and then walk into the thing, but for now I think we'll build them just out like that. Let's see what this looks like. Obviously you can tell we're going to need a lot more wood. So let's do this. Let's just have them. No, can we just tell them to cut? Can we just tell them to cut wood? No. Wait. No. Oh, I can do this. So if you highlight, so if you just, I don't know, this order thing. So we can come in here and say this, and then you can see it breaks it down by what it is. We just want to do the trees, and we'll hit cut. All right. We should have been cutting the whole time. We were just like wasting time. All right. So you can see it's coming together here. And then for a bed, we're going to need 10. So I think we have enough to make a bunch of beds too. And so we'll just make a simple wooden bed out of synth leather, and we'll put it right there. So then we're going to come in here. Let's hold on. Can we look at the roof? How do we look at the, there we go. So the roof's going this way. So when we build this next one, we want to make sure that the roof is going the same way, which is good, like this. All right, let's turn off the roof, and then let's do another 4x4, and then another 4x4. And you can see it's like the hill's going up, and so it's kind of building it to go up, which I don't necessarily like. Can we get it to be... What do I feel like that's going to come back and bite me in the butt later? That one looks like, oh, just the, I don't think there's any way around it. But let's look. No. Yeah. It's just the way to make it work. If we hit, what is it, Z and X? Yeah, we can't go down any farther. We can go up higher. This is what we probably should have done. We probably should have built it up like this, but this will be a problem later when I'm like trying to make them all on the same level or to make a perfect house. So now I've learned this lesson. When we build the main building, we'll try to make it, we'll start up high and we'll build to low so that we get it all on the same level. So because if we want to add something on or whatever, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. I know it probably doesn't make a lot of sense yet, but it will. All right. We can also see that like it's already summer up here in the left corner. It's gonna start snowing before you know it. So we need to get this sorted. We need to try to get everybody inside before it starts snowing. Mostly just this because they'll freeze to death out here. Summertime, sleeping outside, no problem. Winter, not so much fun. Not so much fun. So we can assign an owner. So let's make Connor the owner of this so that he always comes and sleeps there. And I think he gets like, is this the game where they get like a buff for going to the same... Yeah, so he got disturbed sleep 6 times. So this will stop the disturbed sleep bullshit. Should make him more relaxed too. So we can see Ember is now in here. Cave dweller. A carpet, some wood parquet, or... Oh, that's right, you gotta put flooring in. That's what we need to do too. Let's see, slept in a private room, +9. +9. That's why you give them a private room. Holy shit. All right, so let's look at housing, flooring, wood parquet. That's what we want to do next. And so we'll just come in and say, yep. All right, and then we'll do the same here. And this will make it so it's a little bit more spicy. I forget, there's some other stuff we can do too. Like we can put a window in. And that will vent it in the... It'll make it less hot in the summer, and then we can close it when the winter comes. So let's do that. Let's put it, and then we can we'll do glass windows when the time comes too. So let's just put these windows in. All right, so these guys, we can get rid of this. So let's deconstruct, along with the beds too. All right, good. So 190 wood. These rooms are ready to go. We need to build 2 more, so let's do that. Wood, and then I don't think. So then it's just 4 by 4. Good. And then, oh, look at that. It gives us a nice little, how do we do Z to turn it? Yeah, I think we just go like that. And then 1 more, right? 4 by 4. And it's telling us, see how the wood is red? Because we're not going to have enough wood to finish it. We'll get some more wood. We'll get some more wood. In the beginning of the game, you should be clear cutting forests because you need to be stockpiling a ton of wood because we're going to build, I mean, like if we're being honest with ourselves, we should just take all of these trees, right? 63 big broadleaf trees. Yep, let's cut them all down. Because we're going to build a huge building here in the middle that's going to need all of that. Electrical grids. You have now gained access to electrical producing and consumers. Open a lot of new possibilities for your base. You can learn the ropes of electrical grids in tutorial. Keep reading here to get the general idea of mechanics. So we're going to start with diesel generators, requires 20 liquid flow for every 2 days. Power cells requires 1 power cell. Solar panels and wind turbines, which we're going to try to we're going to get a diesel to get going, but we're going to try to do all of this in renewables just because it's so much easier. And then power poles to connect, as we can see. And then we're going to get batteries. So basically like every game you've ever played, right? Like, batteries will come. Power's going to be spotty at first, but it doesn't, like, power at the very beginning doesn't really matter. It's when we get refrigerators that it needs to become like refrigerators and heaters, right? Power's about heat in the beginning too, because it's going to save us. All right, so now we got all these little stars down here at the bottom. All right, so now we can do electricity, which means we can do a whole bunch of fun stuff. We can do electric wall lights, ceiling lamps, flood lamps, tilted flood lamps, heating stove, heater, air vent. The heating stove we can do now, and this just uses wood, and we probably actually will build some of these as winter kicks in. I'll do these little air vents between and try to only build like 1 fireplace, and get kind of share the heat, if you will. All right, production. You can see we've got an electrical stove now. That's big. We don't have to keep feeding it full of wood. Power, of course. We have power poles, which is the new add, and then power cell generators and power switches, which we're not going to deal with yet. And then defense, siren. All right. So we need a pretty good sized storage room. I don't know how I did this in my head the last time. So I'm going to pause it. We're going to go to wood. Oh, and I said, remember, we're going to build down so that it's level going up. So if we go from here, remember, we're not stuck on this. So if we go like, oh God. Oh, we wanted to start high though, remember, because the hill is going up. So we'll start up here, I think. And I want a little bit of room to run there. The construction cannot exceed this size. All right, so a 10 by 15 is the max size. I don't know, it's a barn, right? Let's do this and and then let's think about it. Like storage in the kitchen. So if we come in and say something like, if we make the back side of the house the kitchen, and we do something like this. Sorry. And then let's do a double doorway. So they can come from the kitchen to the dining room. And then we can put tables in here. Let's just see how this will look. So you do like large wood tables, right? You could do 2 or 3 of them maybe. Got room for a heater and what have you. And then when we look at storage, we look at doing some shelves. And so we'll want to do it so that if we could have a door here and maybe a door here. So if we do the first one against the wall like this, and then we come in, and then we give some room to walk, and then we do another one like this. Yeah, so I think this could be good. And I say that with all the planning in the world put aside. So let's put a door there. I keep forgetting to hit shift. And then for now, I guess there. And then, oh look, they don't have to, maybe another one here. So we had 1,000 wood on hand, and we're still short 10. So yeah, get some wood. All right, here they come. So now I think we can select everybody, can draft them all, and then we'll move them here. And they will fire once they're into the green here. And good news is Ken and Connor, who have the guns, and Ember are close. So someone's going to take a little bit of damage. They're spearing. That's not good. So this is why we give them spears, because when they get up close like this, right? Nice. All right, so we got 3 injuries. Nothing looks like it's bad. But you can see everyone's got hurt. So then let's undraft and let them go. We have meds. We got 45 med packs, so we should be fine. But before the next bug attack, we need to have walls, because we can wall them off, close the gate, and then they can stand on the things and shoot them instead of having to let them get close. But I learned my lesson by giving. I remember the very first time I played, I didn't have anyone that had spears, and so they're like punching the bugs. Didn't work out too well. All right, I don't really have a super plan for this yet, to tell you the truth. Maybe we put everything in this room. So maybe you take, maybe we take the cook shelf here and we put it, I don't know, here. Hi, Malls. And maybe we'll do like a nice small window there. At least move them inside. And then in terms of like light, maybe we build our first wooden torchlight in here. Blocking objects so they can see. Okay, so let's have them move all of this inside. So we can say Keep empty. Keep empty. Survivors are forbidden to deliver resources to the storage and will haul its contents to another device. So hopefully they're going to come along and remove all of this. And we can destroy this. We'll have a little bit more room. We're going to move these seats inside as soon as they're done. We're going to put a parquet floor in here. I think we'll probably, in the short term, do something fun like a cool fireplace, maybe? Maybe right here? Whoa. Yep. And then we want to come in and say, let's do wood parquet in this area. I don't know about the other area. Is it affecting him? Hello, friend. Cave dweller, it is. Did you see it hit the lightning rod again? So I guess we'll do it throughout. And we'll do some other cool flooring as we get to a little bit more materials, but I like the parquet floor. Like, I want parquet floors in real life. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna store the food, right? So we take like one of these. We take one of these here, and we come in and we'll do a couple right here. Because we want them, we don't want them to walk all the way over here to get the food. We want them to sort of grab the food. Like, we almost want to store it in this room. I don't know how that would play, but for now we'll put it here and we'll see how it plays out. Like, it's all about like managing how far they need to move and when they need to move. Like, there's gonna be like a line of refrigerators on this wall at some point. So, all right. And then we'll just pause it a second. Let's highlight all of this and just say deselect all. And we just want to do cooked meals on here, right? And then what we want to do here is highlight this and we're going to say, hey, no cooked meals on here. So that when they cook them, they'll move the cooked meals there. Make sense? Good? Yeah. You know, maybe we'll bring these guys indoors here. Like the research desk, maybe we'll, for the time being, let's like throw it on that wall. Same with this guy, like right next to it. Just to get him indoors. So arguably when I'm playing this game, like I've got a big knowledge base that's sort of gotten me here with very little problems, but my first playthrough was not this it was not this problem free. Like, I had a lot more unhappiness. People were starving. Like, I didn't have a good setup. Like, this is trial and error many times of me saying this is kind of how I want it to work. And I don't think this is perfect either. Like, them having to walk outside is not the greatest. Like, we'll probably build a little hallway here that they can walk into and then walk into the room, and then maybe another like connector that we'll put in building in the middle so that during the winter, unless they're going to go harvest something outside, maybe they never need to go outside. I wanted to build today, and we did. And so I think this is a good solid foundation for what's next. And I think next week when we play this game on Sunday, I think we're going to we'll start building some defensive walls. The bugs are going to get bigger and harder to beat. And we're researching that now, wood fortifications. So we're halfway there. And then we're going to have to deal with winter. The summer's almost over. We'll have to build some more heaters. We'll probably put in another table in. We'll fill in some more storage. But I think in terms of like a great start, this is awesome. We did what we wanted. We got everyone into a bed and everyone into their own private room. And we built a bigger room to store all of our cool stuff, start cooking and researching inside, eating inside. And then we'll slowly start moving the storage out here and then maybe another building in the middle. We've got some good, yeah. We've got some good crops going. We're going to need some more. Winter's going to be rough. So yeah, a great start. And like I said earlier, like if you haven't bought this game, it's so worth your time if you're into this type of base building, survival type game. It's great. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.